Hello, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for August 18th to the 24th. This is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. We're going to get right into it, Capricorn. Pull out your romance angel messages, all right? And see what they have to say to you for the week. Soulmate. All right, your soulmate's coming in. Let go of control issues, all right? And we have, this could be the one. All right, it's my cat. You may hear my cat in the background. All right. So we won't really know what this all entails for you until we get into your forecast this week. But let's just pull out your animal spirits. For the week of August 18th to 24th for our lovely Capricorns. Could be and so it's interesting, animal spirits. I got some comments about animal spirit guides, right? There's a lot of different philosophies behind the animal spirits, right? These also don't necessarily need to embody actual animal spirit guides, okay? Some people also believe that they are archetypes that we see in nature about a portion of our own human identity, okay? And so when we pull these animal spirits, you know, all of these various different sides, right, of animals that we see in these cards, these are all just fractions of who we are as humans, all right? And these are just ways to see those fractions of ourselves in a symbolic way or in an archetypal way or in a way that relates to nature so that we can understand the true essence of that quality. This is not to say that it's always a guide or a spirit, but then again, some people do also believe that too, and that is in line with a lot of the Native American traditions. But I just wanted to put that out there. We've got tarantula energy. It's fire. Beautiful. We have the owl, also air energy, very wise. And another fire elemental, lion, awesome. And so, yeah, when I say these are animal spirits, yes, they are the spirits of the animal. They embody a certain spirit of the animal. But the spirit of the human is so intricate and vast, a soul, you know, when we talk about going through many, many lifetimes just to find out who we are, to get closer to some kind of understanding of our soul side, we embody all these characteristics, right? And so when we talk about walking with spirit animals, oftentimes we're talking about somebody who is identifying with this particular characteristic of themselves that is coming out, that may be downloaded from their spirit to a certain degree to guide them. This is not to necessarily say that these are entities outside the human soul at any given point. At no point are we talking about energies that are outside the human soul, okay? All right, so when we look at the tarantula, which is a fire element, all right, this is very different to the spider element, spirit animal, which is an earth elemental. But when we talk about tarantula energy coming into your life, the tarantula comes into your life when there's a great decision that needs to be made, a decision about which path you want to take, or what's some kind of decision, perhaps in love or career, right? But it's a big decision, and it involves also remaining true to your dharma. Okay, the tarantula energy understands that at this time right now, it trusts that you're wise to make the right decision, right? You wait, you take your time, right? When you see a tarantula in the wild, they often can be seen just sitting very, very still. And so this is the kind of energy that we're talking about, that kind of stillness that you reflect when you're really taking great care to make the right decision in life, because you're really searching yourself to ensure that you are moving along according to your own dharma, right? According to your own set of ethics and rules and ways of living, right? According to your right way of living. That's Dharma, right? And so that's what the tarantula energy signifies when it comes into the reading, that this, for some of you, this is a time of your life where you're making a very big decision. All right. Now, owl energy, which is, of course, air energy. Owl energy brings with it, as in so many philosophies all across the world, the owl just signifies abundance and wealth and beauty coming in. It's always a signifier of a treasure or some kind of very significant gain coming in, whether it is financial, material, or spiritual. It could be a spiritual prize that comes in, an epiphany that happens, right? An awakening. Whatever the case may be, what comes in are very large blessings, and the owl also signifying very deep wisdom. These blessings come in at a perfect time because you know you are at a point in your life where you're very wise and you know how to handle these blessings. All right, and so the owl energy is very, very beautiful, very specific, you know. These beautiful things come in, but not only do they come in for you, but you know what to do with them, right? You know the right way to use the blessings that come in, or to make use of the blessings that come into your life right now. And then we go back to another fire element, which is the lion. And the lion is regal and proud and patient and the master, right? The lion is the mastery of self, realization, and spiritual growth, right? Personal and spiritual growth, right? And so oftentimes lion energy individuals can come off as very prideful and haughty, right? But the truth of the matter is that they're very keen truth seekers, and they're very hard on themselves, right? Because spiritual growth and personal growth requires a certain amount of tenaciousness. It requires a certain amount of, paying attention to the important things in life. And so sometimes some individuals can mistake this for a haughtiness or impatience, or some kind of very low energy attitude. But if you look deeper, you see that the lion is on a personal quest and really just doesn't have the time for anything superfluous, right? He is on his quest to master himself and to master his spiritual growth. And hence, of course, he then also represents an immense amount of wisdom. All right? So very strong elements here. All right, so now we're going to get into your spread. Let's move all of this up a bit. I feel like our cards are being a little bit cramped. Here we go. All right. And let's get in your spread for the week. We're going to pull out about 7 or 8 spreads, my lovely Capricorns. All right. You're dealing with some really strong spirit animal energies, right? And again, these, when we talk about spirit animals coming in or being drawn, we're talking, some of them represent times in our lives. They represent the energy of a certain time in our life or a certain circumstance in our lives, right? As I said with the tarantula, it represents a time in your life when a certain decision needs to be made, right? So this is not necessarily to say that this is actual tarantula spirit kind of guiding you, although if you are in the tradition, believe in the Native American traditions, yes, there are actual animal guides that will guide you, okay? But that is according to a very specific theology, right? That is very rich and vast, and I wouldn't even begin to explain that here, okay? And that's a culture and a belief you'd have to be raised with. But people, of course, believe in all kinds of things across the world according to their faith and their spirit, right? But there is room just to see these as times in our lives when certain energies are at play, all right? All right, Capricorn, we have straight out the gate 10 of Cups, Judgment, and we have 6 of Pentacles. So some of you have certainly come to a time in your life where you are very happy in your relationships. You may have become very contented or come kind of full circle, perhaps. Some of you may have gotten married and settled down to a certain degree. Everything is slotted in place for you, right? In any case, you may be working towards that. There may be a decision that needs to be made to attain that if you haven't yet attained it. Okay, this may be a desire of yours, Capricorn, right? To have this perfect kind of life, right? But you have judgment coming in, so that's quite interesting. It's almost as if you need to let go of some kind of judgments about yourself in order to perhaps manifest this in your life if you have not already manifested it. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. It's almost as if there is finance or abundance coming in, right? And it may have caused you to be able to kind of attain this, right? It may have caused you to be able to finance that wedding or ask that person to marry you or what have you, right? Because with this owl energy coming in, I want to say that for some of you, this is indeed either a treasure that's coming in, right? A reward of some kind that's coming in or that has just come in for you. And as a result of it, you also let go. You do show some wisdom because you let go of some old habits or old belief systems that really don't pertain to you anymore. You let go of misplaced guilt that you may have been harboring. The judgment card comes up when we let go of a lot of our judgments that we have about ourselves, right? And we realize that we're only human. And so this can also indicate the kind of spiritual epiphany and reward that is coming in. As a result of this, though, you're absolutely able to finally show perhaps some charity, if you haven't been able to people that perhaps before you didn't have this kind of reward to be able to show, but you certainly decide to move forward in a very harmonious way with your wealth, because Six of Pentacles shows harmony with your wealth. It shows someone who has a harmonious mind about their abundance and someone who is willing to balance, right, how much they have with how much others have, is willing to give of themselves. And that's a very healthy place to be. But of course, you need to have abundance to find that place. And so for some of you, this is all coming kind of to fruition. You have King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and a Justice card. Some of you are getting married. You found your soulmate. All right. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and Justice. You know, you found your ultimate soulmate in every way. I want to say specifically in the way that you both have the same energy. Okay, so some of you some of you Capricorns have recently met someone who kind of really mirrors you, okay? There is a little something going on there because they're not facing each other, all right? They're facing away from each other. And so I think for some of you, there may have been, let's say, some control issues. Remember, the romance angels did want to pass that message on for some of you to let go of control issues. There may have been some control issues here that have caused you to kind of be on the outs with each other. The Justice card is in. But I don't feel divorce here, right? It could be, right? Or separation, but there is certainly some of you that are maybe perhaps going through a kind of war of the roses because you've met each other's match, right? But yeah, at the same time, I almost feel like some of you may realize that what is at hand here are control issues. And if you were to let go of these control issues, you don't necessarily have to go down this path, right? You may be able to reconcile. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and Knight of Pentacles. So some of you are getting a lot of messages coming in and it's causing you a lot of anxiety. The messages are mixed messages. You're not really sure. It could be that some of you, I'm going to say this is certainly about career when we talk about Capricorn, because some of you are getting a lot of mixed messages about perhaps projects that you're engaged in, and it's starting to give you agita, it's starting to give you anxiety and sleepless nights. You know, I don't mean to, it's not funny, but it's just like, Capricorn is about their job, right? They feel good when they're doing a good job and when they're bringing money in, and when it's rocky. Eight of Wands indicates a period of kind of rockiness, chaos, right? Communication that is not necessarily smooth or consistent, necessarily communication that can be quite confusing, right? Mixed messages. So again, it just makes you feel very unstable right now, and it's really causing you a lot of anxiety. But this week, you either decide to move forward with another offer, or another offer comes into you that's going to hopefully take some pressure off. 3 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and 9 of Wands. Okay, for some of you, oh wow, you've been through quite a lot, I want to say, in terms of your life and your love, right? Well, your career and your love. For some of you, I think you're realizing that your pursuit of financial stability has kind of kept you in that realm of having fun, right? You just haven't been ready to settle down or to commit to anybody, and I think that's all kind of coming to a head for some of you. I think you're waking up and realizing, maybe I committed a little bit too much simply to the pursuit of stability financially, because yeah, while I had a lot of fun, I'm now looking back and I'm in this kind of 9 of Wands, and I feel like it's been quite difficult. 9 is being alone. 9 is the number associated with the Hermit, and so we talk about you know, a solitary kind of path or stage in life. You know, a stage in life where you've kind of had to shoulder a lot of burdens on your own. Okay, and I think that you're looking back on that and you're realizing that, and you're maybe some of you are certainly realizing when you look back on everything that you've been through, that you know you've been through quite, you know, it might have been nice to share it with somebody, right? I think you're kind of waking up to that kind of realization. That's the feeling, that's the intuitive feeling of the reading, and this week is really like an awakening for that. Empress, Temperance, and 7 of Pentacles. This is going to be the last spread, Capricorn. Empress energy, Temperance, beautiful. So Empress, we're talking about Taurus energy, right? The Empress comes in when it's time to nurture ourselves, take care of ourselves, take care of our minds, our bodies, and our hearts. Pamper ourselves, love ourselves, so that we can continue to convey that love to others, so that we can continue to sort of be able to create and procreate. You know, it's the great Empress in terms of fertility. She's always fertile and ready to give birth to new ideas and to new creations. And how does she remain so fertile? She remains fertile because she nurtures herself in every way. Okay, so then that's how we talk about nurturing yourself so that you can continue to create or be a conduit for creativity. So you're feeling that right now about yourself, Capricorn. I think you're getting into that energy. For some of you who may not have been taking care of yourselves for a little while, you're certainly realizing that recently, and you're coming into that energy. But you're also, some of you are either dealing with a Sagittarius, right? Because we have Temperance in as well, or you're also exercising emotional temperance. In terms of you're beginning to understand that there needs to be more of a balance between perhaps the material and the emotional side of life, maybe giving more time to the feeling side of life rather than another side, which would be the pursuit of maybe money or the pursuit of some kind of material goal. This is kind of, again, another awakening that some of you guys are going through, and you're coming this week. You're going to be thinking in terms of 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is a card that talks about you know, you see the character there, he's kind of looking over all of the kind of fruits of his labor, right? He's sown the seeds, he's tended the garden, he's really worked for these pentacles, but pentacles are representative of material things, of material wealth and abundance, right? And so the fruit that he is born has been born on the material plane. And I guess he's looking back over and saying, is this really what I want for my life? 7 is the number for dreams and aspirations. And so in the 7 of Pentacles, we talk about a time of your life where you just start to look over. It's when you look around and you're like, oh, wow, you know, this is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful life. You know, you look at all of the things that you've worked to attain and you wonder, is that really what you wanted? Are you happy now? Is this that, you know, are you feeling the happiness that you thought you would? And it's a period of reflection, and some of you are certainly waking up to that this week. All right, Capricorn, this is your reading for August 18th to the 24th. I hope you resonated with some of these forecasts, or at least a little bit, one of the forecasts, all right? But of course, we know that not everything here is going to resonate with everyone. So take what resonates from whichever spread and throw the rest away. All right, guys? So comment down below, like and subscribe and share. All of that helps me grow my channel, and I do appreciate it. But for right now, I love you, Capricorn. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.